Hello friends, I promised myself I'd do a video today even though I'm not clear on the message exactly. But today's video is meditations on death. After a conversation with a friend who had a friend pass away at a young age, who was full of life, and I said I'd read through my Osho book, this one here that has a few meditations on death, and highlight a few things. It hasn't given me clear answers, but I'll just share what I've learned so far. First of all, Osho says that there's only one certainty in life, and that is death. Anything else, everything else is purely by chance. Whether you live for a second or 100 years, death is the only certainty in life. Yet, we have a funny fear around death. He recommends using, the Buddha used to send his disciples to go in India, where they'd burn the bodies in the river. For 3 months, go every day to every body being burnt. And he says there's no way to watch that without eventually seeing yourself getting burnt and coming to grips with your own mentality. What I've struggled with in my life is realizing that I have actively sought out extreme sports and many things to get close to death because I've actively asked the universe, I want to have a near-death experience because I do not appreciate life enough. Because I want to be someone that can sit anywhere and fucking love life. Who doesn't want that? Obviously it doesn't come that easily to everyone. That's part of the life lesson perhaps. And what comes to mind is a few things in that conversation came up. One was that this young guy passing away can potentially give someone close enough to him the feeling of, fuck, I'm going to live for you. You were a young, high energy, good vibration person. You put out a light in the world, and because you're now passed away, that makes me want to live and shine the torch for you. And it also made me think that after going through some plant medicine journeys recently, that having a purpose and a mission is the appreciation for life. When it's all about you, it's pretty hard to find that unless you're serving something greater. But how do you find that something greater? It's a fucking constant challenge to find that, obviously. For some people, and some people it comes easily. We all have our own challenges in life. So even though I don't have a clear message for this video, I just want to share that I don't know what I want to share. I just want to share that I'm feeling that. I think that most men are probably feeling something similar. That if you're not fucking high on life, then you have yet to find that mission to live for, or that person to live for, or you don't yet appreciate that death is coming. And I've heard of it said, and I'm not sure if it's in this book, I think it's somewhere else, that all you really know is you can see like the hourglass of time of your life, and all you can see is the bottom half of the hourglass. You can see the sand dripping because you know how much you've lived, but you never know how much is left. And even though I've heard this logically so many times, I've been told you're going to die, let it motivate you for life. I know it logically, but I have yet to feel it in my heart yet enough to actually fucking get me into action. The fear of failure and the fear of rejection and all the limiting beliefs in the way are stronger. They just are. And I can know it logically, but until you know something in your heart, it won't change you. And unfortunately, I would rather get close to death and lose my life for the potential of living fully in this life than live this life grey or numb. Which is not so hard for me, but it's probably hard for those around me. But I guess the message I want to put out there is, it's for me, it's not worth living this one. I'd rather live a full life vibrantly. I think that's the purpose of life, to live purposefully. And some people get it, and I think the challenging part for me as a man, I think most men, is that if you're not one of those people that is fucking actively high on life, you feel weak. You feel like a pussy. I do, for sure. And I know if I feel it, many men do too. And that weakness is a pain that we feel inside ourselves that we just suppress, and I've only just started to feel it the last few weeks after doing some plant medicine. I had no idea how much of my own weakness, it's only my own, no one else can, although they might think it, but it doesn't actually matter what other people think. My own opinion myself, that weakness, that I'm not living my life fully, makes me feel like you fucking hate that part of yourself. And I think it's a big part in male depression. I think it's a huge part in male depression, because women will speak about things, but I think they hold themselves as so weak if they are not actively engaging in the world so fully. So I'm not sure about the answers just yet, but I want to share this, is that this is what I'm getting up over this last few weeks of going through low periods and assessing it. I normally don't do videos until I've got an answer, but perhaps this is me starting to do videos, at least with the journey I'm going through on how to get them and what I'm trying to do to get answers. And my whole life fucking goal, to live with passion. And I fucking hate it when I'm not. But maybe that's also part of my journey, is to live when I'm not, fucking hate when I'm not, so that I can share lessons on how to get out of that, because it sucks to see other people living when you're fucking empty of passion. And so that really is I feel like it's my mission on life, is to help people get out of that state into living fully. So I don't know what to do with this video. Hopefully you get something out of it, and as I get more lessons, more answers, my way of getting out, I'll post them. See you, homies. Hope it's enjoy the ride, enjoy the ups and the downs, the black and the white, the dark and the light. No, after filming this, I do have a message, and the message is to men, is to be easier on yourself. If you are beating yourself up for not being as good as those guys who've got their shit together and are making a difference, then that's okay. They're not you, and you're not them. So if you're gonna fucking hate yourself for not getting the job done, realize that we're never given a playbook for life, and so you just gotta sort of work some shit out on your own. And it's hard, and we feel weak for not getting it, and that's part of it too. It's meant to be hard. If it was easy, we'd get sick of the game of life.